Alright guys, back again. We're on to the mechanical and strip down of this ute, getting it ready to get more done so we can get this closer to the blasters. So I have invested a little bit more into the channel essentially, and so I've been doing a lot of filming with the DJI Pocket 2. It's been a great camera, but I have invested in a way that I can start getting you guys a lot closer to what's going on. So I have the DJI harness and the Action 4. So you will see in this video, I'm going to be bringing you guys right into a point of view style while working on the ute now. So we'll have the outside footage, and we'll also have some close-up, hands-on sort of footage of what's actually going on, which is going to really get you guys into it. So hopefully that all works out really well and you guys enjoy it. So let's get stuck in and start. So the plan is we are going to drop the K-frame and the whole engine out through the bottom. So I'm only undoing absolutely what I need to get this to go straight down. So the alternator hung over here, had to move the alternator, had to undo some wiring. So now someone's welded in the battery tray, which I'm pretty sure on this model it's not meant to be welded in. So that's another problem for later. But because of that situation, I've got to undo all of this and get it out of the way so it can all come out through the bottom. So remove the power steering, which is as simple as that, and we can put him up there because it's not actually going to hinder anything at the moment. So I'm trying to leave the lines on there because there's oil and everything in there, because I want to undo it from the rack power steering box, undo it from there, that way then I can plug the lines and it won't leak everywhere out of that thing. So far that's all good. Just have to undo this aircon line, and then we're apples on that side of things. So yeah, it's all coming along. All coming along nicely. So I'm hoping you guys are enjoying getting dizzy with this view. But as you can see, it's giving you a much better in-depth view of all of this. So I'll put him up there for the moment. That'll be fine for now. If it leaks, it leaks. It's a shed. It's what it's for. Alright, so I need to take this off. Sure, sick. Take this thing off. Let's put it over here. Oh, drop it. Goodness me. Rough on the gear. So take this all off. All of this gets put away later on, nice and neatly packaged up. And as you can see, I have sandwich bags with labels on absolutely everything, so everything is individualized. And what doesn't go back in the bags goes back on where it came from. That way then nothing gets lost and it's all where it needs to be. So as you can see, Camo's put on a nice new carby, so we're not going to mess with any of that stuff. We're only undoing the stuff that we absolutely need to here. So got to undo these ones up here, that way then they can come out with the engine. No point taking them off, they can come out with the engine because this whole setup's going back to his place for him to do whatever it is he's planning to do with the engine. So he's the one helping me with the Corolla engine, so these things are his specialty. But what we will do is we will take this thing up so we don't get anything down the hole. And I'll do the same with the carby. But what I'll do with the carby is I'll get one of my handy dandy sandwich bags. I like to have everything sealed up, that way then. This not so much, it's only water, but when it comes to inside the motor, I like to seal things up. Keep this thing nice and new, but that obviously isn't going to work, so I'm going to have to tape that one. Some better tape. Better tape. Taped up. This won't stay on for too long. Camera just went dead for a second. So, still getting used to this. Still recording. And yes, you've had to listen to me waffle on this whole time, but... Alright. It's enough listening to me waffle on. Let's get busy. Alright guys, so that's about going to wrap it up for this video. So all the motor, K-frame, gearbox, pretty much all the major components are all out of the front end of it. And as you can see, got the little dolly frame put up under the front end that I borrowed from work because we've recently just done a charger. So I borrowed that one just to get this through to sandblasting, so then we can get all this blasted and sorted out. So haven't pulled all of this out yet because I've got to get camo around and we're going to mark out some holes and a couple of other things that we're going to put in here to make life a bit easier, like a bulkhead for the air conditioning instead of running the hoses through the firewall with Sikaflex, which is how that's done at the moment. So it's pretty ghetto, but you do what you gotta do when you can do these things, I guess. So that's it. I have all the motor and K-frame in my trailer, ready to take that back around to Camo so he can do his bit on all of that. And then as he sorts out what he's doing with the K-frame, he will give me parts and I will paint them all up and have them all ready to go back in once I've bedlined all the underbody, under the wheel arches, and finish painting all the engine bay and stuff, so we can get all this thing back on its wheels, running, driving again. And yeah, from that point onwards, then I'll start the bodywork, because it'll essentially just become a regular door shut respray. But it does make the job a lot easier if I have all of that in there, because I'm not trying to put motors and everything in around a fully painted car. Just a bit of a process to the way I do things, but it works a lot easier for me, being most of the time I'm doing this by myself. I get a hand here and there, but 90% of the time I'm here by myself.